Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Ace here, back with another props video. Yesterday's video went 1-1 again, so lost like 0.11 units, so basically break even. We had Karl Anthony Towns over 1.5 threes, that one cashed, and then the one that chalked was Jaden Daniels rush yards, which kind of sucks because posted that a week ago. It got bumped, but got bumped a few times actually. I think it got bumped up like 10 yards or something, and it ended up chalking. I think he had like 30 rush yards at the end of the first half too, so we only needed, was it like 16 more rush yards, and he did not get it at all. He had a lot of rush attempts too. He just was not doing anything on them. Website's not loading, but yeah, he finished with like 36 rush yards. So he had like 13 carries, I think. So he should have cashed, but he just did not. So that was unfortunate. That was a fun game to watch, but that play was unfortunate. But anyway, we've got another game today. We've got Monday Night Football, the last divisional round game. Yeah, the last divisional round game before the next round. It's going to be the Rams versus the Vikings. So I got two plays for you guys in this game, I should say, in this game and in this video. I was going to say two plays for this video in this game. I have one NBA play and it's posted in the Discord. Remember, if you guys want every single play, make sure you join the Discord. But it's like mediocre. So I looked at the rest of the board. I didn't really find many NBA plays that I like. So I just decided I'll just do an NFL video. One of these plays I've had it out since the January 7th, so 6 days ago, and then the other play I just posted it a few hours ago. Let's talk about the first play. It's going to be Tyler Higbee over 2.5 receptions. When I posted this, it was at -110 on DraftKings 6 days ago, so it hasn't moved that much. Moved a little bit, but not that much, so still very, very playable odds. Let's go ahead and look at his hit rate, his numbers that he's put up this season. My computer's frozen because of all my tabs. But I'll go ahead and show you guys his hit rate, his numbers. If you guys don't know, Tyler Higbee, he tore his ACL last season, okay? So he tore his ACL in the playoffs last year against the Lions. He had not played this year at all until very, very recent, about 3 or 4 weeks ago is when he made his first game back this season. So he was rehabbing from a torn ACL. That's why he has not played a lot of the games this year. And I'll just click wait for program to respond. There we go. So he has been rehabbing that torn ACL. So that's why if you go ahead and look at his game logs and whatnot, you're gonna see he hasn't played that many games. So there's that for this play. It's still loading. Alright, I can say it without showing you guys. Okay, there we go. I was about to say, bro. So you can see that he has only cashed in one game, his most recent game. He's only played 3 games. But if we look down here, his snap rate has been going up. So he had his first game this whole year was December 22nd. Obviously, he's coming off a torn ACL, right? So they're not gonna throw him in a they're not gonna throw him in a war. They're not gonna play him the whole game. They're gonna ease him in. So he had a 27% snap rate his first game back. That's why he only had one reception. His second game back, he had a 30% snap rate, so slightly went up. And then the last game of the season was against the Seattle Seahawks. And if you guys don't know, the Rams, they did end up resting their starters. They rested all their starters for this game. But one thing that they did, which I like for this prop, is that they actually played Tyler Higbee because they want to get him up to speed. They want to get him some practice, some in-game reps. Because you could always practice, but in-game reps is a whole other story, right? So they actually bench starters, but they kept Tyler Higbee in the game. They let him play for a little bit. He had a 41% snap rate. He ended up getting 5 receptions too, which obviously it was with the backup quarterback. It was with Jimmy G. So that doesn't mean much, but it is good that he was, getting thrown the ball and he was catching his targets and he was on the field way more, right? He was almost at 50% snap rate, and in this game he'll probably see up to like 50% snap rate. 55, 60% snap rate. So that's very, very good that his snap rate has been going up every single week. That's a great sign heading into the playoffs. Coach McVay, if you guys don't know, coach of the Los Angeles Rams, Sean McVay, he talked about Higbee after the game in his press conference, post-game press conference. He said, quote, "I thought Tyler Higbee looked like himself tonight. He's a great football player and he has such a great energy and swag. Really productive in both phases. He's going to be a key factor for us next week." So if you guys don't know what Coach Speak is, there's a Twitter account called like Coach Speak where he watches press conferences, post-game press conferences and whatnot, or just regular press conferences, and he writes down quotes that the coaches say or the coordinators say, and he also keeps track of how trustworthy coaches are because There are certain coaches that, lie more often about workload, or they lie about injury status, or they're not as trustworthy on certain things. And so he keeps track of that. And for Sean McVay's rating, Sean McVay has a trustworthy rating from Coach Speak on the topic of workload. So for Sean McVay to say that Higbee is going to be a key factor for them next week, and he has a trustworthy rating throughout the past few years, that's very, very good to see. That's encouraging that he's going to get a lot of work here. And Stafford has always loved Higbee. Stafford has always thrown a Higbee quite often. So I'm expecting a lot of targets here, like 3 targets in his second game back on a 30% snap rate. That's really, really good. He had 2 receptions on only 30% snap rate. If he sees like a 50% snap rate, or even higher if they want to push him out more just because it's a playoffs, single game tournament, basically single elimination, they might give him like 60% snap rate. And I think he's going to get a lot of targets, especially in this game where offense is definitely going to be needed. But let's talk about the matchup. Higbee, he's had a 9.8% target share in 2 games with Stafford. So it's only these 2 games. I'm not including this game because this one was with Jimmy Garoppolo. So in his 2 games, his only 2 games, these 2 right here, where he played with Matt Stafford, Higbee had a 9.8% target share. That number should increase with more snaps, obviously, but more specifically, when Stafford is under pressure, that target share went from 9.8% to 15.4%. Stafford, 15.4% target share when Stafford's under pressure. The Vikings have had a top 10 pressure rate all season. So if that is the case, then Stafford, he should be targeting Higbee quite a bit in this game because he should see a lot of pressure, and he throws he throws to Higbee way more when he's under pressure. So that's very, very good. Tyler Higbee's average depth of target has also been 4.2 yards in those 2 games with Stafford. So that means, very low yard targets, not down the field, just going to be very close to the line of scrimmage, which is way better for receptions because those are way more catchable targets than throwing it 40 yards down the field and you have to make a contested catch. Higbee's ADOT has been 4.2, so he's getting really short passes, which is way better for reception. So I like this play, only half a unit, just because technically he might be only play like 50% snap rate or whatever. I still think he does catch if he gets 50%, but I guess it's somewhat risky. So I'm just gonna go half a unit on this play. Tyler Higbee over 2.5 receptions for half a unit. And then the last play is going to be, I'll get into it in a second. First, if you guys want every single play, you guys have not joined the Discord, you are making a mistake. Pause the video, click the link in the description down below, scroll down there, click the link. It will take you to my website, my WAP. You'll see this. You're gonna see this website. Once you click on the link, you'll see join and whatever. Once you click join, you're gonna see 3 memberships. The first one, $15 per month. That's gonna be all my NBA plays, all my NFL plays, all my MLB plays when it's in season. Access to premium chat. The $25 per month is only $10 more, and what you're gonna get from this is everything that you get from the $15 per month. But you're also going to get all of my Rocket League plays. If you guys don't know what Rocket League is, it is a video game that you could bet on. They have player props on Prize Picks every single weekend, or not every weekend, but like every 2 weekends, and then take a weekend off, and then another 2 weekends. So they have that. It's on Prize Picks on the weekend, player props, and then they also have money lines and spreads on Bet365, Bovada, and Thunderpick. So if you have Bet365, Bovada, Thunderpick, or Prize Picks, make sure you guys get this membership. Rocket League is my best hit rate sport out of all my sports. Last season I had a 72% hit rate on 300 plus props. So I posted a ton of props last season and I had a really good hit rate. Obviously elite hit rate, 72% hit rate is crazy on Prize Picks, player props, and money lines and spreads. So that is my best sport. You might not know what it is, but that's my most profitable sport by far. So I highly suggest that. If you just want to get the NBA and NFL, that's up to you. You're going to profit either way, but this one's going to have more profit. The $25 per month, you're going to get way more profit with Rocket League. And then the 1 year is self-explanatory. You're going to get everything for a year. Also includes Optimizer, which is the DGF Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer plays. This is a $310 value for only $200, over 33% off. I highly suggest that you buy it 1 month though before you do 1 year. 1 year off the rip would be crazy. So just get it 1 month, see how good it is, see how good it is for yourself, and then you can make that judgment. But if you don't want to get the Rocket League, which you would be making a mistake, but that's up to you, and you just want to get the NBA and the NFL plays, you'll scroll down here, you'll click the $15 per month, right? And you go down here to promo code. If you type in 2025 and apply that at checkout, you will get your first month for only $5 for just my NFL plays and my NBA plays. So that's a really, really good deal if you just want to do that. Only $5 for your first month. There's no way that you're not going to be profiting over $5 with the month of my play. So if you just want to do that, go ahead, take advantage of it. Take advantage of that offer. But let's get into my second play. It's going to be another LA Ram, and it's going to be Kyren Williams, 2+ receptions, and then to de-juice it, I am doing Puka 50+ yards, and it makes this slip -120. When I posted it a few hours ago, it was -118, so barely moved. But let's go ahead and talk about the write-up because we have gone deep into this video. So I think the Rams will be using Kyren Williams heavily here, and if the Rams go down in this game, which they are underdogs, so it is likely, according to Vegas, that the Rams are going to be down a bit in this game, then Kyren should get almost all of the receiving work from the running back room. Backup LA Rams running back Blake Corum is out for the year. He got injured in the last game of the season, so Ronnie Rivers will be serving as the RB2 here for the Rams. They probably won't have much trust in him. I mean, he's been with the team the whole year, but they probably just won't have much trust for him because he was the RB3 and now he's the RB2. And I think he'd be lucky to get even one receiving play drawn up for him. So I am expecting Kyren to dominate the snap rate here, and I'm expecting maybe a few Ronnie Rivers carries, but not much receiving work for him is what I'm expecting. So I think Kyren is going to dominate snaps, and I think he's going to get almost all, if not all, the receiving work in the running back room. This is an amazing matchup for Kyren in the receiving game. When you look at Kyren's numbers recently, they look pretty bleak. I'll go ahead and show them to you real quick. In the last 5 games, as you can see, Kyren Williams has a 6.8% target share on a 0.13 targets per route run. So that's really not that good at all, right? That's like I said, that's bleak. Like, that's not that good. But here's where the matchup becomes good. Like I mentioned in the Tyler Higbee prop, the Vikings have the 9th highest pressure rate since week 10. So I'm expecting Stafford to be pressured quite a bit in this game. If we go ahead and look when the quarterback, in this case Stafford, is pressured, and we look at target rates, then Kyren Williams' numbers increases. His target share goes to 10.3%, which is a 3.5% increase, and his targets per route run goes to 0.17, which is a plus 0.04 targets per route run. So he gets boosts in both of those categories, and not just that, it gets even better. Okay, so if we look at the Vikings coverages since week 10, they run the 4th most too high coverage, too high safeties. They run it at a 58.2% rate since week 10, which, like I said, is the 4th most out of all teams in the league in that time span, right? So if we go ahead and look at when the defense is playing too high coverage, right? If we look specifically at that too high coverage, this matchup gets even better. Kyren Williams' target share goes all the way up. It skyrockets to 17.9%. That is 11.1% higher target share than his target share from all coverages. So that is an amazing boost, right? That's absolutely insane. And his targets per route run skyrockets to 0.33. That's more than double his target per route run against all coverages. So Kyren Williams, he sees an elite receiving boost when he plays against too high. Matt Stafford has been throwing to him a ton against too high coverages. Now they're facing the Vikings, who run the 4th most too high coverage since week 10. So very, very good matchup here for Kyren Williams to get working in the receiving game. Elite spot for him here. Vikings have also had a pretty good, it's been pretty good run defense. It has been weaker as of late, but it has been pretty solid over the year. So just in case, the run game isn't working too well for Kyren, the Rams are going to want Kyren to get involved no matter what. And one easy way to do that is just throwing him quick passes, getting him in the receiving game, get him a screen, get him a little, whatever the case may be, get the ball in his hands. And one way to do that will be in the receiving game, as you can see from this matchup here. This matchup also proved to be great for Kyren earlier this season because he has already played the Vikings. If you guys do not know, he has already played the Vikings. So if you go ahead and look, he had 5 receptions against the Vikings earlier this season. So this elite matchup against too high already proved to be effective for Kyren in the receiving game because he had 5 catches, which is tied for his season high. So he's already gone off against this matchup. Now he's getting them again. He only needs 2 catches here when he got 5 against them earlier this season. And then Puka's just going to be the juicer. Puka has catches in every single game where he doesn't get ejected and where he doesn't get hurt. So that's very good to see. Matt Stafford loves throwing to Puka no matter what. So I know that Puka's going to get a lot of volume here, and they're going to need him to be pretty useful if they want to win this game. And then obviously Kyren, the main read is going to be Kyren. But yeah, this slip minus 120. I'm loving this slip minus. Or I'm gonna do 0.75 units on this play. This is my favorite play of the game, the Rams and Vikings game. So those are gonna be the two plays of the YouTube video. Gonna be Kyren over 1.5 receptions with Puka 50+ yards on FanDuel for 0.75 units, and then Tyler Higbee over 2.5 receptions for half a unit. If you want every single play that I posted way more NFL plays in the Discord, and I have an NBA play in the Discord. We've profited on 2 straight days in the NBA, so take advantage. Pause the video, scroll down, click the link in the description, cop your membership. Definitely recommend the $25 one so you can get the Rocket League plays. But if you don't want Rocket League, you just want NBA and NFL, cop the $15 one. Use code 2025 on the $15 one, and you'll get your first month only $5. Take advantage of that offer. I'll catch you on the next video. Hopefully we can get a 2-0. Peace.